Go live, she says. Oh, hey, hi, Sandy. Oh, gosh, what am I even doing here? It's all right. We'll figure it out. Hopefully we have sound because I forgot to grab my other headphones. So of course I forgot to grab my other headphones. Why in the world would I not forget to grab my headphones? I'm going to talk and assume everyone can hear me. If people can't hear me, they'll let me know. Let's open up today's Advent tea, shall we? Because that sounds like fun. We have too much hair. That's what we have. What do we got going on here? I don't know what flavors these are. Okay. Guys, it's a Sunday. Somehow another week's gone by. I am not sure what I've done. Nothing's the answer. Good sound? Perfect. Thank you, Sandy. I absolutely fell down the rabbit hole of baking, eating my baking, and reading this week. So not a ton of crafting went on. Do I have regrets? No. The book series is thoroughly enjoyable. And I literally ate 2 sugar cookies before I got on the live here. So I'm happy with the baking and stuff. I'm not happy with the lack of progress I've made on my stuff this week, but let's start with discovering what teas I've got today, and then we'll go on to talking about what I've worked on this week. Because I did some work. I just haven't done a lot of work. Keska Focus? Do I have the wrong side of the tea bag? Oh, no, this is the one where the label's in a different spot. We are flavored green tea. I like how they phrase that. We got a green tea, and we have oh, look at that. A green tea with mint. Ooh, I think we're going with the mint. We're going mint today, guys. When mint is the option, it's always the only option. I'm going to tuck that away. The moderator herself kindly sent me a little tea advent for the month. Each day envelope has 2 teas. I've been happily drinking them. It's very exciting because there's a whole bunch of different teas that I don't normally have because I don't have them here. So it's been really exciting. All right. Well, our green tea, mint green tea does its thing. Mint green tea? Yeah. Mint green tea, not green tea, mint. Let's talk about the things I have worked on. As limited as they are. Sorry. The war. I've been reading romance novels, and I have been reading romance novels about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and it has been bringing me delight and joy. I did not get any Advent work done. Let's just get that out of the way right now. She did not happen, and that's fine. I've been looking at the ones that I've made, and I think what I might try to do is double them up so they're a DK weight instead of a fingering weight, and see if I can get a little bit more structure to my circles that way. It would also eat up the yarn faster, so I need to fiddle around with what I'm doing on the Advent. So the journey of the paper chain Advent continues. It's just mostly in my brain at the moment. I did get a couple of small things done this week. I made more scrunchies. Look, there's scrunchies. I gotta go this way because that's how the camera tracks. Scrunchy. These are ridiculously easy. I made 3 of them this week. Look, 3. There's nothing to them. This is the entirety of the instructions. Single crochet around the elastic band. Chain up 2, skip a stitch, half double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch. Half double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch. Go around. When you're finished, connect to the chain 1 space. Chain up 1, do a picot edge in your chain 1 spaces. Picot edges are varying, depends on what you're doing. I like a single crochet, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, single crochet, all in that little window box space that I've made. That's it. 3 rounds, and we're finished. And you make these cute little crochet hair scrunchies. They're not beefy scrunchies like the fabric scrunchies tend to be really beefy when you go for a fabric look. That's a different type of scrunchie. These ones are good day scrunchies. So you know? Hi, Fireweed. Forget you saw these. These are for you. Evening, Jude. So I did get some stuff done this week, however, nowhere near enough. Guys, I did not have time to take a week off to read books. I did not have time to take a week off to read books. I did. Here we are. I did it to myself. No one to blame but me. All right, let's talk about sock progress. I did make some Christmas sock progress. As we all know, I am working on a pair of Christmas socks. They're just a shorty pair of socks. It's vanilla, it's toe up, it's how I knit socks. I have sock 1 done, and I'm working on sock 2. I was hoping to be at the heel today. We're just shy of the heel. I need to be like here before I even think about the heel. So I've got some more in the round knitting to do. Not too much more in the round knitting to do, but I do have some more in the round knitting to do. This is, of course, Christmas Tree Farm. Yes, Christmas Tree Farm by Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. And Mr. Tristan. So, also, I have a mitt with no thumb. This is how I measure my socks, right? I did do a contrast cuff on the first sock, and I'll be doing a contrast cuff on this one as well, too. However, step 1, get past the heel, you know? God, I should have done more work. I feel terrible having done no work this week. Exactly, Erin. You know what I'm talking about. So, slowly, progress continues. Now, I'm still on track to have new Christmas socks to wear Christmas Day. We have time for that. Whether or not I have time to get them done and washed and blocked, or just done and on my feet, we'll find out. We'll find out. I will give it my best. Yeah, that's fine. I know. I should have worked on my stuff this week. I couldn't help it. I was so intrigued. I needed to read all the romance stories. I only have regrets insofar as that now you guys will all be very, very aware of how much time I will dedicate to reading if given the opportunity. The answer is a lot. I will dedicate a lot of time to it. I did do a couple of small granny squares. Hey, Susanna. I got through a couple of small squares. You guys know I have a small ball of DK weight scrap yarn chilling here at the desk. And I will, when I've got a free moment or two, crochet up a little solid granny square. This is the one I'm currently working on. I'm doing these on a 4mm hook. This is for a very large blanket project. We make almost 400 of these little bastards before I do anything. It's like 350 or like 375 or something. I need an obscene quantity of these little dudes. So for the moment, I pick it up and I make a square every now and again. I made 3 this week. And then I put it down for a while because it is literally just making little squares till they're 7 stitches a side. 3 rounds, half double crochet, on a 4mm hook. This is going to take a very long time. Once it's done, I will then begin the incredibly painfully long process of assembly. Since this is for a queen-size bed, my queen-size bed, we're going to be here for a while. This is a multi-year project. This is actually using a leftover scrap DK weight yarn. It is my Fireweed Fiber Co blanket when it's finished, and the first 2 advents that I received from Erin. So I'm going for a sort of window planed watercolor effect to it. So the colors are going to have I'm going to have to chart them out. I'm going to have to lay them out in rows, and I'm going to have to make a flow chart essentially to make it work. And then I'm going to, this is why it's going to take forever. Once I've laid all the little squares out and I've made the grid the way I want it, I have to pick up the squares in order in row, clip them together so that each row is where it needs to be with the number, so what row it is. I then need to connect them with essentially a lead gray color thinly in between to represent the lead you would see in stained glass. So we're going for like a stained glass look. This is not going to be a fast process, mostly because I'm doing it from advents and from scraps. So I'm going to have to be able to play with the squares a little bit to make the color flows the way I want them. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. This is already driving me nuts. And we've got a long way to go. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, yes, that's right, Susanna. So, you know, you do what you do. However, let's continue. I have literally 2 more things to talk about. So hopefully you guys have had a better crafting week than I have this week. Again, I forget it's only insofar as that I know I'm supposed to be working on stuff. Oops. I definitely think I want to hold the next Advent Day double and see how I like the paper chain it makes with a DK weight ish yarn. Fingering obviously is like almost DK, kind of more like sport. Honestly, if I can do that, and I like the texture and the density, and I can go up to like a 4mm hook, they will go faster for me. I would obviously do the same on the knitting side, right? Like I would double up the yarn and I would move up to a 3mm or a 4mm hook or needle size to get a similar sort of density of gauge. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it really hard because I need to do something to tweak it. Because while I like the look of the paper chain, she's a little floppy, and I don't want to have to like not Mod Podge, but essentially. Have you ever pinned out and washed a doily with water and white craft glue? It's like I have. It makes the doily stiff, right? I don't want to do that for the whole paper chain. This is going to be a huge paper chain. I don't want to do that for the whole chain. So I'm going to take a look at if it's got enough stiffness to it to hold its own shape better with the yarn doubled on a tight gauge. And if it does, I'm going to flip to that. It will mean fewer paper chains in each of the colors, which is fine if I don't then have a monumentally massive task at the end to make all the chains solid, essentially. Because I'd like them to be a little bit floppy so that they store better. I'm going to fiddle around with stuff. I was thinking about it this morning. Was I doing anything fancy? No, I wasn't. Hey, Jen, how's it going? Have I been enjoying the super negative temperature weather? Yes, I have. Did I go for a couple walks? We have enough snow. I can go for walks. The bumper rails are back on the sidewalks for me. Okay, what else can I talk about? I can talk about my brother-in-law's blanket. I did 3 rows. Oh, I am super glad. No one expects me to have this blanket done in time for anything. I'm supposed to be going through a ball a week. This is my second ball. I did not go through a ball this week. I'm probably not going to go through a ball this coming week either. I might get this ball done this week. I really should get this ball done this week. Okay, where are you? You're somewhere. That's the end I'm working on. Oh, yarn. Why? Why doth thou hate me so? Where is my progress keeper? Oh, it fell off. That's rude. Alright, I'll put a new one in. I did 3 rows, guys. I did not get a lot of work done on this. This is a basic granny square blanket. It is for my brother-in-law. It is as his Christmas present. We're going to be adding in some colors here at some point when I can't take it anymore. And I have to add some colors, and that's when we're going to make the color changes. And we are roughly Chicago Bear colors. It's a dark blue, it's an orange, and it's a white. This is as close as I could get without getting like officially named yarn that is the Chicago Bear colors, which I wouldn't do. He wouldn't want me to do anyway. He doesn't. He's not excited when people spend money on him. So I'm doing it in a budget-friendly way that will get the theme across. I did 3 rows. Three. And I'm not even done the 3rd row. Like I got this much of the 3rd row left to go. You can see my little progress keeper down here, just chilling out. I think at the end of this 2nd ball of blue, I'm going to do 4 rounds of orange and 2 rounds of white, and then go back into the navy blue. I think where it's about time we're going to want a color change at the end of this block of blue. Because then we'll have a nice big blue square, and then we'll have a little border situation, and then we'll have more blue, and then we'll have the border situation again. And on the very last round, I'm going to do 2 rounds of single crochet in the blue, just so that the white isn't on the edge. No reason. I just like the way that looks. So what are you going to do, right? So it's fine. This is this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a 5 millimeter hook. It's a granny square, and I just go round and round and round and round and round. Again, guys, I polished off 3 books at over 500 pages a book. I have been reading this week, and I've been visually reading, so holding my tablet, and I will get into the story, and I will forget that I'm supposed to be crocheting as I'm reading. So very little actually happens. It's terrible. 3 rounds? That's a terrible amount of work for a week. I need to fold this up. I need to make this bigger. That's just sad. Ugh. Ugh. I wasn't going to be mean on myself without not getting a lot of work done, but I feel like I'm going to be mean on myself for not getting a lot of work done. Terrible, 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 terrible. All right, blow our nose, and then we're going to talk about my sweater. Because we've got some deadlines. Got some impressive sweater deadlines. Today's the 14th. 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Technically, the 21st is Monday? Sunday? Is the 20th? No, the 20th is Sunday? 20th is Sunday. Yule is coming up on the 21st. Okay, well, like the wee hours of the morning from the 20th to the 21st. It's fine. I'm not super tied to the exact specific moment of the hour of the clock. I get to the day and I'm happy for my celebrations. I'm spending some time with a friend on the 20th, and we're going to go out to the woods. We're going to a city park. We're not going that far. We're going to a city park, and we're going to find a stick, because I need a new stick. But I know what I'm doing. I had hoped to have my Christmas sweater done so that when we came home from said thing, I could wear my Christmas sweater with my new stick and have a good chat with a friend, probably some hot chocolates if we're honest, a little brownie situation, and like relax and make a lovely little festival moment of it. The sweater is not done the body. I'm not done the body of the sweater, and sleeves are a lot of work. So I might have to extend my initial goal to having it done like the Christmas socks on Christmas Day. I mean, obviously not washed or blocked, because let's be crazy. I don't have time to wash and block a worsted weight sweater by Christmas, but I could wear it, weave in the ends. I mean, I've been weaving in the ends as I do my color transitions. I could weave in the few ends I haven't woven in and just wear it Christmas Day and then like wash and block it later. Like that's an option, right? So, you know. Sunday's the 21st? Okay. I can't count days worth of day. I know what day of the week it is. I never know what the date is. Does that make sense? Like I'll know if it's a Monday or a Thursday, but I'll have no idea the day by the number. I just don't. Why? Who knows? Thank you, Sandy, for letting me know this is the 21st. So, show off the sweaters. I have made progress. We had to change project bags because I had it in a crinkly project plastic bag. And my God, the monster loves crinkly project bags. So, enough of that nonsense. We switched over to a canvas flower printy bag, which she doesn't dick with nearly as much. Why? Because it doesn't bounce back up, is what it is. It's because your plastic ones, when you bend them, they pop back up a little. So she uses her paw and she pushes down on it and she waits for it to pop back up. It's a game to her, but you hear it all the time, which drives her human bonkers. The canvas ones, or the fabric ones, know to do that. So she's less excited by the concept, which means I don't have to hear a plastic bag moving in my empty apartment where it's just me out of nowhere when it's silent. Creeps the fudge out of me. It's so weird. Oh, I should turn this inside out for you guys, shouldn't I? Okay, technically I should turn it right side out to show it off to you guys, and then turn it inside out to keep knitting on it. I am making once more, again with feeling. I am doing the Saturday morning sweater by Tristan of Dragonfort Designs. It is a worsted weight, boxy 80s style sweater. So big body, tight sleeves. It's meant to hang loose and have oversize and drape. I am making it to have oversize and drape. It exists for one purpose and one purpose only, for me to sit in first thing in the morning in my yoga capris or in my leggings and my leg warmers post yoga while I enjoy my first cup of tea for the morning, and I like listen to the radio, like full on at home. This is not going out in public kind of sweater, because this is not a go out in public sweater. I'm calling it a Christmas sweater because I am making it out of purple vintage DK from Morocco and some beautiful DK weight yarn called Gingerbread Man from Arcane Fiberworks. Now, the Gingerbread Man is our pink stripes here. I have a limited amount of the gingerbread, but I have a lot of the Barocco. So I decided to go with 3 inches in purple and 1 inch in pink. And we're simply doing a purple and pink striped Christmas sweater. I have made some progress down the body. As you can see, the body, she's getting longer. Where is my progress keeper? We put a big old dragon stitch marker in here so we could find it. Where are you? Yeah, I'm filling my sweater up. It's fine. Oh, we're back here. I think. Nope, that's the needles holding the sleeves. Before anybody asks, the needles are, yes, 4mm, but they're the last of my Knitter's Pride 4mm needles, I think. Or are they red? No, they're black. So I don't like using them to knit with because the connector's getting very loose. So the part that connects to the cord is getting a wee bit wiggly. Where did it go? I had a progress marker. Did it fall off? That'd be terrible. Oh, there it is. All right, hang the right way, sir. So as you can see, we haven't made a ton of progress, but we did make some progress. We're almost done another pink stripe, then we'll be back into the purple. This is what I was working on during the Patreon e-knit. You guys have all gotten up by now. However, just in case you don't, Patreon members at tier 2 and up, we get together every month. We have an e-knit in on usually the second last Saturday of the month, and we chill and eat snacks and talk about our projects and show off the works that were going on, any yarn goodies we would have received in the mail. And it's a craft club meetup, and I thoroughly enjoy them. This month we had it a bit early because I assumed the Saturday before Christmas people would probably be a bit busy, so we had it this past Saturday. So I won't see those ladies in a crafting situation again until January, which is terribly weird to say. However, okay, let's do a rough measurement. How are we doing body length wise? I want to be like, I want to become a person who finishes things. You know? Yeah, I'm stretching off camera so I can hold my arm out straight. I've got a hand span to go before we reach my elbow, and we don't measure the body till we're at the elbow. So I am getting pretty far down. My elbow's down here. So I got to get to my elbow before I measure it. And I end up going up my arm, but I don't start measuring until I'm at my elbow. Once I've done the measurement for the elbow, I will mark it at whatever it is, like an even number, like the first 10 inches or first 15, whatever it happens to be. And then I will measure from that stitch point down. Farther we go. I think to have it done for Christmas, I'm going to have to focus on the sweater. I am not a really good monogamous knitter, guys. Like, this could be really hard. But I want to be working on the sleeves really quickly. I think I can do it. I don't have a measuring tape here. But let's assume I need like a hand and a half. It's like, let's assume I need to get up to here in the body, because I want it long enough to cover my butt. Because then I can walk around in my leggings, right? So if I have it long enough to cover my butt, 2 inches of that's going to be ribbing, which is fine. It's 1x1 twisted rib. I don't mind a 1x1 twisted rib at all. I find it quite relaxing to do. As far as ribs go, 1x1 is preferred. 1x1 twisted looks cute, or feels cute, and doesn't slow me down Really, one by one ribbing or twisted is the same speed for me. And some sleeves. You think I can get through the body and a sleeve this week? Because then that leaves one sleeve and weaving in ends by Christmas. To be fair, guys, I don't have family events this year for Christmas. So like I have my holiday stuff on the 21st and then my family's meeting up later. So the only thing I have to do Christmas Day is get up and entertain myself. And the last of my volunteering is done. I've got one more Christmas concert this week, and I'm done with those social obligations. And all of my D&D groups and stuff, they've all disbanded till January. So I literally have nothing on my docket after about Friday this week. And then until January, it's just the stuff I have here doing internet stuff. That's it. So like I think I could get the sweater done by Christmas. Jen, you're not wrong. Weaving in ends is overrated, period. If it's on the inside, who the hell cares? Uh, and to be fair, I've been doing that weaving Steven, weaving ends technique that Stephen West does when he does things. So like they're 3/4 woven in, as I've been going down the body and stuff, as I've been changing colors, I've been weaving in ends. Where are my all my little end bits? So I let's be honest, I'm not going back. Nobody's going to be able to tell. Let me find them. I will weave in the end at the neckline and at the cuffs and the hem because that will drive me nuts and get into things. But the inside body ones, Lord, no, I'm not. It's not happening. It's just absolutely not happening. Where is actually? Hang on, that's the other armpit. I have a bunch of mostly woven in ends as I've been transitioning. Like I'm not doing anything more than this. They're in here. I wove them along. There's a length. You can't really tell that they're there. Like there's a couple hanging out. That's it. I'm not. No, no. They do not need to be dealt with. They really don't need to be dealt with. If I put it on and it bothers me, I'll weave that end in specifically. But otherwise, Lord, no, I don't do that. That's crazy talk. Especially with a color changing sweater. It's the same with my Scrappy V. I'm just weaving in enough ends that you can't tell that the ends aren't woven in, and then the rest I'm just leaving. But I'm wondering. Well, if I was wearing it next to my skin in June, it probably would drive me bonkers. But I am never going to wear this worsted weight sweater next to my skin, and it doesn't bother me in my socks. Like, does that make sense? Like, no toe of any sock I have ever knit has the end woven in. She's just loose, free willing in there. I don't notice. I don't care if I've changed colors and I've just got knots sitting along the length of my foot. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I don't even register that it's happened. I also don't weave in the top of my socks either. Ask Erin, ask my mom, ask anybody who's seen me wearing my own hand knit socks. I just take that tail end and I shove it in the sock. I don't weave it in. I don't weave it in. I don't weave it in. It doesn't happen. So I don't think I'd care in a sweater, and I haven't up till now. I don't like it if they're like really long. That bothers me. But for the most part, I've been doing that weaving Steven technique to start the weaving in, and then when it gets to that little nub that I should just put on a needle and like swoosh back the other way, right? I never do. I never do. I only really deal with neckline and cuffs and hem, and then that's about it. So it's for me, it's not going to be a problem. But for some people, I could see how it would drive them absolutely crazy. You have to remember, like, I can wear a full on 100% wool next to my skin that most people wouldn't touch because it's too scratchy. We're talking Briggs and Little. We're talking Let Lopi, which was, but I don't think Let Lopi scratchy at all. We're talking some what people would consider hardcore woolly wools. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. But you put mohair anywhere next to me, and I am scratching like I've got the freaking smallpox. Like I just can't. I can't stand the stuff next to my skin. So like everybody's different, and I can certainly acknowledge that. I think I'm gonna try to be monogamous this week. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get the sweater done or as close to done as possible, and Christmas socks. I think that'll be my goal this week. I still have to work on the Christmas, like my brother-in-law's Christmas blanket, because that's Granny Squares, and we're not done the Granny Square challenge yet for the year. I think that's what I should do. Also, stop freaking reading romance novels all bloody day. Uh oh. Uh-oh, Jude. Oh no. Uh-oh. Jude, I hope you're able to turn that off. Like my brain heard steam and my brain went to, I should learn how to make steamed puddings. I've been watching too much Great British Baking Show. Alright, guess. What have you guys been working on this week? Do you have any Christmas goal plans other than gift knitting? I mean, with the delay in the Christmas presents, it's given me some breathing room, so I've been able to slow down and think about what I'm doing a bit more. I've been searching for patterns for mittens for my niece because I want my niece's mittens to be from other patterns from around the world so that I can work on my own freaking craft around the world challenge, and B, get her Christmas mittens done. I do have a bag for her, which is really good because if you guys remember, I made the. Do you remember when I made those crocheted bags where they were the squares and they were connected with another color and it was this cute little bucket bag situation? I have the brown one with the blue squares that I haven't sewn up yet because my brain keeps going, cut a lining, cut a lining, cut a lining, and then I don't cut a lining. I found it. I found the brown yarn for it. In and of itself, a freaking miracle, if you're asking me. I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to cut a lining out this week because I think that would make an excellent gift bag for the family to use. And then I can put like 2 pairs of mittens in it for my niece. So next step is to find 2 mitten patterns that I can read, that are accessible enough for me to function with, that don't come from North America. Guys, I have so many North American patterns. And I want South American patterns in Africa and a lot of the Asian countries. And I'm going to say countries because there's a lot of countries in Asia. There's a lot. It's a big section. I think I'm going to go to those ones for like spring summer knits because I think that'd be really nice. Don't get me wrong, an Estonian lace shawl would be a gorgeous summer thing, but you need to understand the words coming out of my mouth. Estonian and lace. I don't do lace. That seems like taking off my floaty arm things and nosediving into the deep end. I'm not sure that's a good idea. And then part of me doesn't care that it's not a good idea. I want to do it anyway. So I don't know what I'm going to do for that, but I do want to do a lace project this year. So I'm not. Yeah. Hello, love. It's good to see you too. I think focus on the socks. Sock number 2. Focus on the sweater and my brother-in-law's blanket. Like, let's narrow down what we're doing. As the primary goal being as much of that sweater done as possible. So I would love to sit here next Sunday and go, we have 1 sleeve left. In a world of optimism, of all half glass full situations, I'd like to sit here next Sunday and be done the sweater. Let's back that train up a touch. I am not that fast of a knitter. I'm able to put a lot of time into my knitting. So I think a sweater body and a sleeve, I think, is achievable. I think is achievable. Maybe? I think so. Yeah, I think a sweater body and a sleeve, that's doable. Guys, you have to remember that this is not my work knitting. This is not anything I have to do with my disability stuff. This is not basic adulting, which, I mean, we all have to do it. I'm going to assume all of us here are responsible for the cooking, the cleaning, the garbages, the food prep, this stuff for holidays. going to assume that that's what we all do, that's the house we all sit in. So like this is strictly just this stuff for myself and that. Jude, I am working on the grading the pattern for the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater down into the smaller numbers, which requires more testing of yoke to make sure that the yoke lines line up correctly. I am working on that. That is moving apace, and that's on schedule, which is the important stuff first. But I think for the personal knitting, we got to go sweater first, sock second, and then for the Christmas stuff specifically, we got to go brother-in-law's blanket, and then catching up on the advent calendar paper chains. I'm going to try that holding the yarn double and seeing if I can get a larger hook size and a bit of a stiffer fabric. Technically, I should stay at the smaller hook size to get a stiffer fabric, but I really am not enjoying the 3.5 millimeter hook. It is very, very tiny. It's very fiddly, and I am finding that I am losing the yarn a lot, and then it's forcing me to pull the yarn up to find the loop again. So I don't think the 3.5 is super comfortable to work in, which does not bode well for crocheting next year because I do have a fingering weight ballet sweater I want to crochet. And that calls for a 3.5 millimeter hook. So I could struggle busting that situation. However, that's a problem for 2026. And for me in 2026, right now, we got to get through the last of December. And I would really love to have the socks done and the blanket done and the sweater done before we have to do our whip parade on the 31st. So then I'm 3 more projects down by the 31st, and that's done and well, all good and delivered. I have finished learning the editing software that I've been moving to, so I can actually start editing videos again, which means I can start doing some recorded videos for some smaller situations, which is great. I hate that it took me that long to figure it out. Here we are, which means I can go back to doing some other background work for the podcast and getting some other stuff lined up, right? Yeah. The real question becomes, how much baking do I want to do this week? Because I feel like if I'm not like massively on the baking front, I can free up a little bit more knitting. Guys, I haven't made a stocking. I have been talking about making a Christmas stocking for 2 years now. Still haven't done it. I wound the yarn this week. How am I going to fit that in? Anybody want to loan me some extra time? If I got time to spare. Oh man. Okay. This list is already ballooning. It's fine. I'm putting the Christmas stocking on the list. It's at the bottom of the list. But I'm putting it on the list. We're gonna try for a sweater body and a sleeve. We'll just get as much done on the sock as we can get done on the sock. The moment I give a sock a deadline, nothing's going to happen. I won't touch the sock at all. So no. We'll just work on the sock as we work on the sock. The brother-in-law's blanket, because let's be honest, if I sat down and I cranked for 6 hours, I could get that ball finished and I could be into the first rotation of orange. That's 1 or 2 nights worth of work. It's the sweater's the big goal. So I think I can do it. I think I can test out the changes to the advent paper chain on the thicker yarn. So holding my advent double. I think I can't fully catch up on that. There's a lot of days. Day 14, there's a lot of days to work through. But I think I can make a chunk. I can get away with getting a chunk of that done and still get the stocking on the needles because I think the stocking's worsted weight. I have a DK weight yarn and I think it's worsted. I was just going to hold it double and then do a quick old gauge swatch. We love a good gauge swatch here to get gauge and then use whatever needle size that was. Hopefully I have a free needle at the right size, or I'll have to just have a slightly larger or smaller stocking based on the needles I have free. We'll see how that works, right? Sandy, you're not wrong. I haven't worked on any ornaments for the Christmas tree this year, Sandy, and that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do next year. Is I'm going to do a Christmas ornament a month because they're Halloween themed ornaments. So I think that's what I want to do for that. Is at the end of Christmas before I take my tree down, I'm going to move all of my. I'm going to pack my Christmas ornaments in as tightly as I want them to be packed on the tree, and then I'm going to take a couple of really good photos of the tree, and then I'm going to make Christmas ornaments through the year. Halloween ornaments, I'm just putting them on my Christmas tree. And then I will have a whole bunch of new Halloween themed Christmas ornaments to put up. So I think that's how I'm going to do that one. And I'm not going to worry about the ornaments. But I'd like to try to get at least one stocking done this year because I want more than one stocking. I'm still one human. Let's be honest, we all know Santa's only putting stuff in one stocking. That's fine. I want a couple of stockings because I have a couple of Halloween stocking patterns that I find quite adorable. So I want to make more than one. But I think if I do, and there's no guarantee I'll get the Halloween stocking done, right? But I think if I even get it started at least, I will feel a lot better about it. And I know next month we're Halloweening it up all year. I've got Halloween cowls I want to make. There's cardigans and stuff, and stuffies I want to make. There's ornaments I want to make. It's just gonna be Halloween. It's gonna be a whole year of Halloween. Whenever I can find and cram in a Halloween project, that's when we're doing it. Because there's not enough time for me to do Halloween between August and December. I have a lot of other stuff on my plate, so I'm also going to not do 2 Advent partners next year. That really shot me in the foot this year. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, but the deadline crafting has been intense. So I think next year, when the Patreon members do the Advent exchange, if we are an odd number, I will bow out for the year so that everybody can get paired up. Crazy pants. I can't do another year of 2. Wait too many. Ooh, Jude, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's just me. I could just cast on my stocking Christmas Day. That's not terrible. Something fun to do. It's just going to be me and my cat. She's not going to care what I do all day as long as she gets her food and snackies on time. She's happy. So, that's good. Hello. Did you hear me? Are you going to get up or are you going to sleep some more? Okay, more sleeping. We're not ready to be awake. I have no foot space under my desk. My cat just consumes the whole space. So that is a thought though. I could start the Christmas stocking Christmas Day. That's not a terrible idea. Okay, Jude's onto something, guys. Because then I don't have to worry about this stocking this week, and I can keep it down to a small number of projects. Again, sock, whenever I work on the sock, we've learned this lesson. We cannot deadline our socks. It does not. I am not a sock knitter. I am someone who knits socks. Worlds of different. People who are sock knitters love sock knitting, and they love the textures and the laces and the challenges and the patterns, and it brings them joy. I'm more of a garment knitter. I'm happier knitting sweaters or shawls and other items. I'm not as happy knitting socks. I'm more of a sweater knitter. I'm more of a sweater knitter or a t-shirt knitter because I work on such thin yarns. So I'm going to do that. Same way as I say, I'm not a blanket crocheter, but I crochet blankets. I enjoy the process of crocheting blankets, but the moment I give it a deadline, I don't want to work on it. I want to walk away. I have no idea how badly I want to put down this brother-in-law's blanket. I don't want to do it at all because there's a deadline. I'm no, I'm not into it. Thanks, I'll pass. I didn't even work on my sister's other mitten at all this week. So maybe, yeah. If I unlock them, everything but the blanket, because the blanket you have to put an obscene amount of time into. If I let all the other deadlines go and just pretend they don't exist, odds are good I'll pick up the projects. But if I can keep my focus on my sweater, I think it's going to be my best bet. It could. It would depend on the people. You're right, Erin. I could always ask. So it's a possibility. I mean, we're not going to know till July when the thread goes up for people to sign up. So we're months away from that being a problem. But I think I like Jude's idea of the stocking Christmas Day cast on, which works. which works because we're committed. We're just doing Halloween for forever now. I'm not going to pretend there's a non-Halloween season. It's just going to be Halloween season from here to next Tuesday. But it does, as I cough here, raise a question. Focus on the sweater, get the sweater done. Obviously, I have secret crafting going on in the background as well too, because what I need is more crafting. Advent crafting, secret crafting, work crafting. I don't think I made enough. We're making more cookies this week or cake or something. I need more desserts to fuel my life. Am I eating my fruitcake? Oh, yes, I'm eating my fruitcake. It's weird because we accidentally put pineapple in it this year. But that's okay. I'm enjoying it. You think next year no pineapple because it's throwing me for a bit of a loop? Tastes great, but my brain's like, but pineapple shouldn't be in here. So that's more of a brain problem instead of a mouth problem. So still tasty. I'm still eating it. However, I think this amount of crafting is going to require us to buckle down, which I think things. I mean, we either got to make some pumpkin bundt cakes or we need a chocolate cake. Like we need a serious carrot here to keep us on track. I know me. I'm bribable. I'm bribable. You just got to find the right bribing materials. And for me, it's baked goods. Yeah, because if I work out how many inches okay, so I'm going to measure my sweater. I'm going to work out how many inches I need to do a day to be done the body with 3 days to spare to work on a sleeve. I'm going to do that math because the body's the biggest part for me because I want it so long and my torso's already quite long. So getting it long enough to be below my keister, it's a lot of body to knit, right? Like we're talking like 20 plus inches from the underarm, guys. Like it's a lot of body to knit. And I have 6 inches of positive ease on this sweater. So it's not a small number of stitches, even though it's worsted-ish. And we're making great progress with what little time I've been able to denote to it. I think we got to break out the pumpkin cake or Christmas or chocolate cake to hone in to keep myself on track for that. Why, you ask? Because remember, in January I have a buddy knit starting in January. It's the crochet. It's like the crochet community's first garment challenge for the year, and that's also a cardigan or a pullover. So I'm already working on 2 sweaters in January, and the sweater challenge happens in February, and that's rolled around real quick. And I know I'm going to go. Good evening, Karen. That's okay. What I should do is I should show you guys the colors of the sweater I want to work in January. For February's sweater challenge, I was going to do DK. I'm going to do DK if I can. But I think, hang on, I need to. This is going to get annoying and I'm going to get a little quiet because my screen reader's on. And I've trained myself not to talk while he's trying to give me information, which is a bit of a problem because I need to talk to you guys while I'm doing the stuff. But let's go over to yada. By the way, he's still reading the different things, but he hasn't given me any useful information. That's my picture. I need to, I think, update our logo. Cool, because what I need is more work this year. Oh my god. There are so many things in here. Oh, guys, I haven't been replying to thread messages. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Guys, I'm terrible. Where are my threads? How do I get into threads from the... No, I know. I am such a great podcaster. What I want is... No. Yeah. Okay. Where did I... How do... Ew, you guys, you have no idea how much stuff only happens because Asa helps me. Yes, the continent map. Very good. That's helpful. Maybe I reduce my goal and just aim for the continents? That's 7 projects. We've already eaten up like almost half a year on this challenge. I was looking for a specific pattern. Of course, that's a problem for me. Because of course it's a problem for me. Also, I need help. I'm so useless at computers. Do you want me to figure out tech gremlins and install and update drivers? No problem. Do you want me to work on a web page and move around as a human? No. No, that's not feasible. I need to make my life easier. I think I need to throw. Okay. She used to be called Petite Miss, but she changed her name. She's an Arctic designer. And I saved her, one of her patterns, in the Antarctic thread as inspiration. But where did how do I access that thread section? God dang it. I hate being dumb. It's Saskiko? Okay. Oh. I mean, to be fair, it takes my phone a good 5 minutes to register I've gone live. So if you guys ever hear a pinging sound after I've started talking, it's because my phone has finally been informed that I'm live, and it's sitting less than 2 feet from the computer. Saskiko. I did save it in the thread bundle, and I saved it on the Antarctic thread because it's an example of getting the Antarctica continent, because the Antarctica continent's a problem child since nobody lives in Antarctica full time. It's not a place we populate as a human being. So I used one of Sasiko I'm going to learn how to say that name because it's going to bug me because I don't know how. I saved one of her patterns there, and I love her color work, and I want to do one of her patterns for the February 2-week sweater challenge. I'm acknowledging that I can't do a worsted or a bulky. I can't. I won't wear it. I really won't. Like, I'm barely going to wear the worsted I'm working on now. It's going to have to be DK. I mean, to be fair, for me, that all of her worsted weight sweaters are still an option at a DK weight yarn. I knit that tight. I will simply get the right gauge on the right needle in the DK weight yarn, and I will make the sweater, and it will be fine because I've got gauge, and that's the key part, right? So I have a lot of sweaters to choose from, but I want to do that colorwork sweater of hers, and I know it's going to count for the Antarctica, which changes my original plan, because my original plan for the February 2-week sweater challenge was I have yarn for the look squirrel pattern, and I have yarn for a beautiful boxy DK weight. Again, it's just a boxy sweater. A boxy sweater is a boxy sweater is a boxy sweater, right? This one's got a nice like lace cabley pattern down the arms. And it's really cute. It's actually in a book. I'm going to actually like have to take photos of the book and like write out the instructions so I can read them. There's some conversions that have to go on. Obviously, with the hey squirrel pattern, I don't have to, but I have DK weight yarn for both of those patterns. The problem is they're both North American. And I'm like, my brain's like, dude, pull your head out. Don't snort at me, young man. Pull your head out of your butt, lady. Start knitting around the world. God damn it. And I'm still cheating. Because north, she's up north. I'm still technically cheating. I'm still technically doing a North American pattern, but I get to claim it's Antarctic because I just went from an Arctic designer, and I'm just saying they count for both. So I'm like, but it would get me another continent. And if I finish a Saturday morning sweater, that gets me North America. That would get me 2 continents. If I do some mittens for my niece from Europe, that would get me the European continent. Then I can take a look at Asia, Africa, and South America for like some summer stuff. That would give me those. Then it just sort of leaves like New Zealand, Australia, that sort of area to get done. So like my brain's like, okay, let's start breaking this down by continent because I'd love to do country, but I absolutely burnt out at the start line. It was a terrible launch and it did not go well. So I think I have to restructure how I'm doing it to get into the groove so that when next year rolls around, if I continue doing it, I can then flip to countries because I'm already in motion for it. I think I'm having a bit of an inertia problem getting over the front part, right? So hang on, wait. Rainbows. Susanna sent me rainbows. I also need to reply because apparently there's some messages in that Revelry chat threads that I've forgotten to put in. I forgot to set a timer to check every day is what it was. And I want to start using the Ravelry group threads more often for stuff so we can start exchanging ideas better. So I need to get better at that. That is a me problem. I think I'm going to set a reminder to myself to do that every day because I've set a reminder to check Instagram twice a day. So I feel like I'll just tag it in there. So when the Instagram reminder goes off, it'll say and Ravelry threads. So I remember to do both at the same time because I don't get notifications. It's how I keep balance between online life and not online life is online cannot contact me. I don't Discord. I don't get any notifications from Discord, Instagram, YouTube, none of it. All of the notifications are turned off. So I have to manually go in to check. And I've got prompts set up to remind me to go check. For me, that's a better balance. But say, okay, yeah, Christmas sweater, ideally done by Christmas, at the latest by New Year. So that's off the needles. We have the wood rose, which I'm secretly working on, which I need to get done. Because January we start test knitting the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater with everybody, and I'm going to be making another Choose Your Own Adventure sweater along with everybody as they're test knitting. So like that has to be ready to go. The Iskald sweater starts in January. That's the buddy knit with the moderator. Though hey, is Elsa here today? I don't know if she's here today. Oh, of course. Oh my goodness. Say hi to mom. Uh-oh, Susanna. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jen's doing ornaments? Jen's making ornaments? Okay, I'm gonna have to go track that down because that sounds cute. I love ornaments. They're so cute. Okay. Yes. I'm so easily distracted. I'm also full of sugar cookies. Like I ate 3 sugar cookies and then got online. I need to have lunch. I'm in my 40s. 3 sugar cookies does not equate to lunch. You just imagine my mom's watching and my niece walks by. So what? Why can't I have cookies for lunch? Christmas sweater. Christmas sweater, brother-in-law's blanket, Advent paper chain. We need to get working on that. I love Jude's idea of the Christmas stocking for Christmas Day, so we're going to let that go to Christmas Day. Socks, whenever I work on socks. And I think we're going to try to wrap up as many things as possible before the 31st. So I'm still going to work on the Christmas presents, but I'm going to let go of the have it done by Christmas Day thought because I'm not seeing my family Christmas Day. So I have extra time. So I'm going to reduce my stress levels a bit that way. And everybody repeat after me. I am not going to read the 4th book of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse series like it's my job. I can only do it after I've done my sweater work for the day. Sweater work for the day. And my crochet work for the day. I can't just read love's romance story or death's romance story. I have to do my work first. Because that's been the problem with pestilence and war and famine. I just read their stories. I wasn't doing my work, which is how we got here in the first place. So, No, I've got to get it's on the work list this week, Sandy, for me to set up everything in preparation for testers. So I need to get it all prepped and ready to go and get a code for testers to have, and then have that code put into the email that the testers will be getting so that they can use that code for their project pages. So I haven't started the back end on the Ravelry, which is a bit of a nightmare. But it's because if I load it to other places as well, their processes are different. So I don't think I'm going to do it other than Ravelry and the Patreon. And obviously, if you follow the Patreon for free, you'll get access and you can buy the pattern there too. So for people who don't like Ravelry, they can do it there. I can't go everywhere because Lovecraft will import from Ravelry, but Ribbler won't. And Ribbler's setup for patterns is wildly different. It's wildly different to set up to get a pattern released on that site. So for the moment on my list this week is to finish the last 2 raglan increases on the smallest size to make sure it works properly, to prep the email for everyone who's going to be a tester, so to make sure that I've clearly explained what it is that we're doing and what it is I'm looking for, and then to get started on the Ravelry project page and get the tags set up so it's good to go. So that's this week's work task, because last week was finish my math for the grading, and I have to triple check my math. My maths aren't strong, and they won't be if I don't work on them. So I'm working on them. Double check some of my stuff, so like to go through to do my spellings, because I cannot spell the and to save my soul. Always mess it up. So I've been trying to catch as many of those spelling mistakes as I can. And then updating my charts and my numbers for the graded out smaller, because that it moves everything. So it also changes the numbering system, the sizes. So it's a lot of very, very detail oriented fiddly work. So, what are you going to do? Right? Yes, keep looking. Yeah, I would say give me till the end of the week, give me till like Friday, because I tend to start at the top of my list, and I don't know where the Ravelry tag creation sits on my to-do list for the week for work. So I don't know where I put it, so I don't know when I'll get to it, but I finish work Friday at 5 p.m. As far as work knitting goes, so mostly because this coming Friday, I think I'm online with Louise at 6:30. So I think I'm done working at 5 because I'm going to have to eat before I get on here to chat for mid-month motivation. I think. I got to double check with Louise to make sure Friday's still good for her. So that's by Friday for sure. I'll have that up and running. But yeah, okay. We're going to take Jude's suggestion. Stocking at Christmas. I'm going to focus on the sweater because I have tons of sweaters coming out. Like tons of sweater stuff I want to work on next year. And I want to get some needles freed up. So I'm going to focus on that. I might, if I have to, I hope I don't have to. If I have to at the end of the month, I will try to figure out how to buy another needle or 2. Because remember, I can't buy interchangeables because I can't see them to connect them, so I have to buy the fixed cords. And Chowgu red lace cords, which are they're my happy place. They're a very freaking good needle. It's a very good quality with a very good cord. It's going to cost me like last time I bought one was like $13, and stuff keeps getting more expensive. So I'm going to end up spending about $16 or $18 per needle. So like getting another 4mm and another 5mm is like $30, $30 or $40. That's a lot. Okay. That's a skein of yarn, people. That's a skein of yarn. Okay, I'm going to work my best to try to get some stuff done. I'm going to try to get that done. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys have a lovely week. I hope you have snacks. I hope you take naps. I hope you have baking fun, because it's all about the Christmas baking. And as far as my brain's concerned, calories don't count right now. I'm going to go work out how many inches of sweater I got to do a day to be done. I am staying away from the last horseman of the apocalypse romance story till I am done my sweater work today. We'll find out next Sunday how well I'm at that. Self-control. I don't have it. All right, guys. I'm going to say that I'm Jocelyn. This is the Northern Knits Podcast. This is the Northern Knits Podcast. And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft.